Next up, we have leading a team of individuals. I call this an element that leads to managers' success because as they move through this process, they'll realize that each of their individual team members are unique humans with unique personal goals, unique personal skill sets and habits and hobbies and interests, and all of the different pieces that lean into all of the different pieces that build up their motivation. And so, if everybody on your team is coming to work for a different reason, inherently that means that you as a manager must lead them in a different way. And so often what I get a little bit frustrated by, I say a little, but it's actually probably a lot, is this idea that a new manager needs to be thinking about their leadership strategy and their leadership vision. When most of the managers who are coming to us as new managers are saying, hey, my whole world just got turned upside down. I am still responsible for my individual contributor work. I'm now responsible for my team's work. I'm also responsible for what's going on in other parts of the organization. And I have to completely change my work style. And I have this calendar that it's exploding. And meanwhile, I'm supposed to also build trust and manage my team members in the way that works best for them. That's a lot to handle. All right. So we're going to go through how this can layer on over the course of their whole first year rather than trying to pile it all on them, in the first month. Being a manager comes with a lot of pieces. And if we just assume that the individual is going to figure this out on their own, we're setting them up for failure. Instead, we need to assume that they don't know how to do this and come in with open arms and say, here, let's walk through this. Too often, I see senior leaders promote somebody into a management role and think, well, they seem like they know what they're doing. They're pretty confident. I ask them if they know what they're doing. They say, yeah, they've got it covered. In the first couple of weeks, I say, how is it going? And they say, it's great. It's going well. And what we forget to realize is that as a manager, there's no space to speak up and say, whoa, actually, I have no idea what I'm doing. Can somebody please support me? And often they think they do know what they're doing. This is a different challenge. They might think they know what they're doing because they're just trying to mirror whatever they saw their manager do. So you, in a lot of cases. And that might work, but what they don't see is what you were doing behind the scenes. And also what they might be seeing are some bad habits that would like to shake, but they don't know that. So we operate in the best way we know how. But if our manager or another mentor within the organization can step in and say, hey, there's a lot going on here, but let's partner to find a way forward, that's going to serve them so well. It also eliminates their need to raise their hand and say, hey, I don't really know what I'm doing, right? Don't make them do that. That's, you promoted them, you want to set them up for success. They're trying to fake it till they make it. Let's just make sure they don't have to fake it. Let's get them the resources and the support they need by structuring their process. So that's where we're headed next.